See, we'll start us off with first serve. Former soccer player turned pro pickleball, the legs, as Annalie Waters shows us on a regular basis. Her soccer background, how much that is fruitful in her journey. Nice deep serve to start.
Point. She looks definitely a strong base, legs look strong, probably moves really well. I don't see a ton of firepower at the gates, but maybe she can kind of maneuver the ball around.
Nice close from Tammy.
Slide out.
Nice ball movement from Tamaryn Emmrich as well. World number 170 on the WTA rankings. Not easy to do, as really you know.
All too well.
It's 5 professional tennis titles to her name as well.
Paddle tap on the right.
Paddle tap in the kitchen. Is the call for Tammy?
Yep. Little girl's got some fire too. With the come on after that one, she's fired up. I like to see some of these young kids who are all pickle, almost like take a tennis lesson or two for the drive. There's a lot to be learned from that technique as well. Hence, the tennis professional right there just ropes a forehand clean as a whistle.
Nice ball to the corner for Emmrich.
Very clean. Hits the ball really flat. I'd imagine she was a great ball striker back in her day in the tennis world because, again, the technique is so sound. Beautiful. What a backhand. That's her bread and butter. She loves that ball.
Nice ball. Takes a little bit off of it.
Yeah, that's a tough ball to execute. Hold it off, though. One, three.
Nice.
Slide out.
So for some of the younger players, Travis, as you see it, both guys and gals, what would be, knowing where you know the game is at now, what's the advice to get into that upper echelon of talent?
Oh, I mean, the first one is you got to find a group of players that are comparable level and play as much as possible. The cream rises to the top, preferably your age. So if there is a good program like Elise's put together, that's your best way. I think the interesting thing about watching the pickleball kids is it's like they have all this craft, this unique style, and then you throw up a lob and the overhead is very subpar, the drives are subpar. So, you know, don't just kind of limit yourself. And as I said, like, go take a tennis lesson, hit a few balls, become a better athlete. And by doing so, you'll improve your game immensely. But really, the biggest thing, and anyone that was successful in any sport can kind of attest to this, you have to have a group of peers that will work with you to make sure that you all are improving. Competition's good. Wow.
Nice.
Out.
Cross-court beauty for Tammy.
Tammy's been using the new Holbrook paddle, which has helped her a lot. It's got a lot more pop. You know, power actually isn't her greatest asset, and when she had a softer paddle, she really struggled, but this seems to give her a lot more zip.
Wow. Beautiful backhand, perfect technique, as you pointed out earlier.
The rhythm and the footwork is perfect.
Spearman Family Tennis Center. Tammy targeting the lefty forehand of Elsie Hendershot.
It's a good call. It definitely looks like the weaker of the two sides. Not a lot of wrist snap or pop in it yet. And so Tammy is in control of all the rallies at this point. Backhand definitely a lot more technically sound, kind of more linear, right back, right through, loads her right leg. So I like the weight transfer. She gets a little more pop. Forehand needs some work. Tammy's done a great job of taking those early balls and putting pressure. And it looks like Elsie, again, she passes pretty well off that backhand, but the forehand, there's a little hitch in it that makes it difficult for her to create pace. She could probably steer it around nicely. Kitchen line's probably not a big deal, but to drive a pass, it's got to be cleaner than that.
How would you describe what a hitch looks like?
It's out of rhythm. So there's like, think Jim Furyk and golf, if you're a golf fan. She's got not even a pendulum. There's a loop, but it goes out of kind of the range of the circle that it should.
Nice close for Emmrich. Winner of this one on to the round of 32.
This is a 64 matchup. Wow. Long days. Great ball there by Tammy. Early pressure to the forehand coming in, and a little bit with that hitch as well. It makes it hard for her to get the outside of the ball. So she's going to go line a lot more often. She kind of pushes the heel of the hand towards the target as opposed to snapping the wrist towards the target. Tammy just not letting her breathe much. Probably got 25% more pace on all the balls. Obviously, as she fills out and gets stronger, she'll add some pace, but hopefully can adjust her technique a touch. That's very good. Yeah, she's just given Tammy way too much time. So if you don't have a lot of power, there's two ways to rush an opponent, with power or with position. So she's got to take the ball a lot earlier and see if she can get in and make Tammy feel uncomfortable. I don't think just steering the ball around, unfortunately, is going to work very well.
And Tammy one step ahead of that one, to your point.
Yes, like that. That's one where she tried to steer it again down the line. She got to hit that. That just takes a little practice, a little time. 1-0. Great backhand. Her backhand's definitely a much better shot for her. Very simple, great back straight through.
Shot in mind. A little short into the net.
Yeah, I like the play. First one with a little short roller, get Tammy up, and then try to pass. Maybe trying to show too much craft. Again, just more strike would be good.
1-0. Point.
Kind of even see it the way Tammy lines up her legs, and everything is just set up to crush. She's not playing with her hands. She's playing from the lower half up. The full kinetic chain is working.
2-0.
Pretty.
Point.
Tammy's backhand is just as good as they get, to be frank. I mean, maybe not on the Anna Lee phase, but she doesn't have the angle. But as far as just a straight linear drive, it's really, really good.
Point.
I'm trying to ponder at the moment. Like, obviously, this girl has never played much tennis.
4-0.
How do you get that technique down from the lower half to learn to transfer your body weight without playing?
And training that specifically to pickleball, a fresh slate can maybe work for you if you spend some time in that area, but
yeah, like everything about the way her body lines up and the way her feet line up, the timing is just, it's not quite right. The push off the back leg's not quite right. Backhand, I mean, again, the backhand's actually okay. I look at the legs working on the backhand. I'm like, all right, that's pretty good. And this part of me is coming out in full force at the moment. Great backhand.
Time out, receiver 5-0. Time in. 5-0. Point. Six zero. Point.
A lot to learn here for her. Hopefully she doesn't take it and discourage herself too much, but goes and watches it and says, why aren't I able to get Tammy off balance? There's certainly lots to take away.
Side out.
Well, even credit for putting yourself out here. I think it's a great thing to do. As a 12-year-old, Emily Waters did it at age 11, and
0-7.
things didn't go right for her perfectly every single time.
You wouldn't know it.
Now she's a veteran at age 18. But yes, great ball there for Elsie Hendershot.
Point.
Great ball, beautiful angle. And that's the kind of shots that will apply more to the doubles game, which I'm sure is where she thrives a bit more.
One seven. Side out. Seven one.
Ball.
Depth and power, but yeah, I think that's the next step for some of these youngsters, even at the men's level too. Just that strength, it's just growing into your body a little bit, developing that muscle, which takes time and development, as you know.
No question, especially if the technique's not entirely sound. You can kind of get away if you have a really loose wrist or a super fast hand, i.e. Jack Sock. You know, even when he was really young, you could see like, whoa, this guy can move the ball. And you know, shout out to coach or Elise or dad here. If I was with Elsie, we'd go out and probably play an hour a day where she just tries to hit the ball as hard as she can. That's it. Don't worry about where it goes, but let's start thinking from a power perspective.
Fun idea.
8-1.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
The other thing to me strength does for you is enhances that depth, which in singles is so crucial.
Yep. Yeah, I thought she would get on top of the ball a little more and kind of play quicker off the bounce. That could maybe rush Tammy. With force, she's not able yet.
Wow.
Great ball from Tammy.
Great rip from Tammy. Match point with it.
It's a tough matchup for Elsie simply because Tammy likes the ball on tee and she's getting it. Great ball striker.
Great ball striker indeed. And our next women's singles matchup, 2 matches from now, will be Annalie Waters and Salome Davidze in a round of 16 matchup. That was the last player, Travis, to beat Annalie Waters. It has been 540 days since. Waters has not dropped a match.
I remember that nighttime match in Dallas.
Yeah.
Controversial.
So really, yeah, exactly. In the context of things, not to take any credit away from Salome, great singles player in her own right, but had that match been played in mid conditions, you wonder what the result might have been.
No free challenges. 1 timeout.
Well, I don't wonder that much. pretty sure about it.
10-1.
Nice stab for Tammy. Out the door in 2 games, only surrendering 2 points. And up next, she's got the lucky loser. Your thoughts? Presented by 6-0. Michelle McMahon and Travis Rettenmeyer in the booth with you. Tamaryn Emmrich out the door in 2. Moving on to the round of 32 in a home tournament for you, essentially. Tammy, at least not too far away from where you currently reside. And I imagine it's difficult to be in a situation where you're playing against somebody who's 12 years old, you're a mom yourself, to then go out and put that competitive hat on. How did you put the mom in you aside and go out there and compete?
Yeah, definitely challenging, not who I wanted to see. I played her in Worlds and doubles, and it's like that motherly instinct. I want her to do so well, but at the same time, you know, I have to come out and put that aside. I think probably a life in sport and tennis, you learn to differentiate between, you know, you get on the court, you mean business, you get off the court, and I'll help any kid, you know, it's just so great to see the youth of pickleball coming up. I think she has a great game. Once she develops a little more, she'll be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Yeah, so Tammy, the thing that I was referencing is you can see she hasn't played tennis. She's obviously got a lot of pickleball skill, but power and kind of the lower half and the transition of her body were clearly an issue. What advice would you give to her if you were spending some time with her on the court? Well,
I definitely think she has some pickleball things that I don't have, so I had to play in a way where I couldn't let her expose me with those. Great hands. She had some nice, you know, her soft game's great, and I think that definitely is, for me, it's all boom, boom, pow from tennis, and that was my strategy coming in. You know, I love singles. I don't play it often. Mom can't handle 3 days often, so I think, you know, if she just develops physically, keeps working on her fitness, I think that's essential, building that strength. Of course, she's young, so she can't go too hard on the strength training, but building it up gradually, increasing her power in her game, because she's got the touch, she's got so many of the intangibles. So I think if she just keeps developing her physical strength, she's going to go far places in pickleball.
And Tammy, a little opening in the draw here with Paris Todd withdrawing in your spot. So little opportunity here to make a deep run at a home event. What's ahead for you? How do you embrace potentially being able to do that?
Mom had her coffee at home this morning, so I knew it was going to be a good day. I hope Paris is okay. She's a good friend. Gabby was definitely going to root for Paris over Mom because it's like her favorite person. It's great to have my in-laws here from Germany. Husband, of course, always here. So I'm just so grateful to Pickleball and to the PPA for giving us this tour. And, you know, being together as a family is my favorite thing in the whole world. So we'll see what the next round brings, and I'm ready for it.
Love it. And a view of Martin filming proudly from the VIP. Well, congrats, Tammy. A big win for you. Moving on to the round of 32 and an open road to get to the quarters. We'll be back with more here when we return. Jack Sock and Yates Johnson squaring off for the first time on their PPA careers. And it's going to be